You probably know me as Officer Pat. That's what the kids refer me to as. There's a couple people in the audience that I'd like to recognize tonight. The first one is going to be Chief Stephen Savage, who's sitting right out here. Next one I'd like to recognize is Deputy Chief Kathleen Jones. She's up in the back. The principal of the Pollard School, Michelle Gaidos. Our assistant principal, Michelle Vance. And I'd also like to put out a thank you to our secretary, Jen Page. Without her, I couldn't do a lot of the programs. Every year we get into a little bit of a battle in the office because we have to decide what shirt we're going to order. So that's a battle between me and her every year. It seems to be a hit this year. So I'd like to just say thank you to Jen. At this time, if I could have Billy Savage come up to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And tonight we're going to have his father, Chief Savage, join him to help him out. Thank you. Next, what we're going to do, as I talked a little bit about it, is the essay. Out of the essays, what they have to do is they have to write an essay describing to me what they have learned over our course of time together in the DARE program. I read each and every one of them. You can ask my family sitting down here in the front as they sat and watched me do it on the couch this time. I do read each and every one of them, and I will tell you that once again, this year here was not an easy pick. It took me a long time rereading them, reading them, to make sure that I did it fairly. The first person that I'd like to call up is from Mrs. Robichaud's class. Could I have Casey O'Connor come up, please?
The last few months in DARE, I learned many new things. I learned about drugs, alcohol, stress, different ways to communicate, and bullying. One of the first things I learned about in DARE is drugs. Drugs are really bad for you, like cigarettes. Smoking is really bad for you and makes your teeth turn yellow, cause bad breath, dries your skin, and causes wrinkles. Cigarettes can also cause lung cancer. I also learned strategies for avoiding drug situations. DARE taught me to try to avoid taking drugs by avoiding the conversation, just walking away, changing the subject, and saying no while giving an excuse or reason. In DARE, I learned about alcohol. Alcohol is illegal to anyone under the age of 21. Alcohol slows down the brain and body and also causes memory loss, loss of self-control, and slow reflexes. There are 25,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the U.S. I learned about stress. Sometimes you can feel frustrated, sweaty, angry, or embarrassed. Signs of stress are starting to act differently, shaky, low profile, clumsy, or your heart starts to beat faster. Some possible ways to relieve stressful feelings is to laugh about it or try to forget about it. I learned different ways to communicate. I can talk really quiet and probably not get treated the way I'd like to, or I could speak loudly and demanding. How I want want to talk is confidently, not too loud, but not too soft either. I also learned about communicating with body language. I can make hand motions, make different faces, or act differently to communicate. The last thing I learned about in DARE is about bullying. I do not want to bully. To bully is to treat a person badly. A person could be bullied physically or by using words. Don't bully. Treat any person the way you would like to be treated. I learned a lot in DARE. I learned about drugs, alcohol, stress, different ways to communicate, and bullying. It was fun, and I learned a lot.
The next person I'd like to invite up from Mrs. Kennedy's class is going to be Mason Ketchum.
Have you ever been stuck in a tricky situation? Have you not known what to do? Want to know the answer? I'm pretty sure I'm the master because I went to DARE. I learned that when you make good decisions, you won't get in trouble. Define. Imagine there was a group of kids and you wanted to join them. They say you can only hang out with them if you steal your teacher's sunglasses. What should you do? Assess. I know that you should never steal anything, especially from your teacher. Respond. I would just say no or never mind. You could also just walk away. Evaluate. You've made a good choice not to break the law. I also learned to never do drugs. Define. What if teenagers were smoking at the store where you needed to shop? Assess. Stay away from the people that do them. Hang out with non-users. Respond. You will be safe when you don't go near them. Evaluate. You have made a good choice to be safe and keep a distance from them. Define. Pretend you like to wear orange every day and nobody else likes that color and says rude things about it. Assess. Be yourself. If you like your clothes, then you can like your clothes. Forget what other people say. Respond. You like your clothes and can wear them. Evaluate. Be yourself. You made a great choice. Remember when I read the words define, assess, respond, and evaluate? That's what's in the DARE decision-making model. Define. Describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. Assess. What are your choices? Respond. Make a choice. Use the facts and information you have gathered. Evaluate. Review the decision. Did you make a good choice? I will use what I learned to help me make better choices by not taking drugs and avoiding people who take them. I will never drink if my friends ask me to because that would be breaking the law. I will make responsible choices in my life and hope to grow up smart, healthy, and strong.
Next person I would like to invite up from Mrs. Coyle-Quirk's class, Kristen Petrie.
Yeah. There we go. This year, fifth graders had DARE once a week. In my opinion, DARE is really fun. Officer Pat is super nice, but I'm not writing this to call people nice. I'm writing this to tell you what I learned about DARE. Here's what I learned. Substances. Alcohol use. I learned that there are 75,000 alcohol-related deaths in the U.S. Mixing alcohol with medicine is extremely dangerous, and that most teens don't drink alcohol. I also learned about some of the health effects of alcohol use. Alcohol use can lead to poor judgment, memory loss, and slow reflexes. Also, it goes directly into the bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Tobacco use. I never knew that there were more than 200 harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. Neither did I know that there are more than 400,000 Americans die from tobacco-related causes each year. That's almost 50,000 deaths per year can be connected to secondhand smoke. I also found out some interesting things I did not know about the effects about tobacco use. And smoking causes heart disease, and that it also causes lung cancer. Smoking can also yellow your teeth and dry your skin and cause wrinkles. Peer pressure. In week 4, we learned how to respond to peer pressure. I learned 5 strategies. Here's what they are. Avoid the situation. If you know people are using drugs somewhere, stay away. Strength in numbers. Hang around with non-users, especially where people are expected to use drugs. Walking away. If someone is asking you to do something you know you can't do, say no and walk away. Saying no with an excuse. If someone asks you to do something you're not supposed to do, say no and give an excuse. Changing the subject. If someone is asking you to do something you know you cannot do, say no and change the subject. Communication styles. In lesson 6, Officer Pat taught us communication styles. He yelled at us, he talked to us in the quietest, most confident voice, and he talked in a confident, smooth voice. I like the third voice the best. It confidently made me want to do what he said. When somebody yells at you, you get mad too. If somebody talks to you in a really quiet, shaky voice, you'll be like, what does he know? But if someone talks to you in a smooth, confident voice, you'll do what they say. Now, if you've heard what I learned about DARE, I hope you enjoyed my essay. That is my 2014 5th grade DARE essay. By me.
From Mrs. Kane's class, Eva Memorville.
Hi, my name is Eve Moranville, and I'm a 5th grade student in Mrs. Keene's class at Pollard Elementary School. This year we had a program called DARE. DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. DARE has really helped me to understand how to react to drug, alcohol, tobacco, and bullying related situations. But the first thing I want to talk about is the decision making. In DARE it talks about making hard decisions. You never know how the other person will feel. DARE explains that if you talk to the other person about the situation, 9 out of 10 times the person will know how you feel and understand. Now you're probably thinking it sounds like I'm speaking from experience. Well, to tell you the truth, I am. The next thing I would like to talk about is the alcohol and tobacco use. I know what it feels like to have someone in your family who you love smoke or drink alcohol when you know how bad it is for them. I know that almost 400,000 people die from tobacco-related uses per year. I know that having a person smoking near you or an animal is bad because when somebody exhales the smoke they inhaled, if you or an animal is near, you are most likely going to inhale that bad smoke. And almost 50,000 people die per year of secondhand smoke. Alcohol is just as bad. 75,000 people die per year of alcohol uses. Kids in their teens have more severe reactions to the drink because their bodies are still growing. The last thing I would like to talk about is the bullying and teasing. Bullying is a lot different from teasing. Teasing is calling you names and making negative comments. Bullying is sometimes physical. Also, there's bullying online that's called cyberbullying. Officer Pat taught us that by saying, what if I said I don't like your shirt? Usually be offended, but then he told us, what do you care if I don't like your shirt? Do you like that shirt? Yeah, that doesn't matter what I think. In conclusion, there's a very helpful program and probably has saved many lives by stating the possibilities that could happen, and I hope that this night you've learned what we have learned. Thank you.
Okay, for the 4 classes, those are our essay winners. If I could have a big round of applause, they worked real hard. come that time, guys. It's a time we've all waited for 10 weeks. 8 weeks, actually. If I could have Mrs. Kennedy's class come on up.
Jenna Aziz. Michael Beauvais. David Buckley. Chastity Gregoire. Byron Woros. Mason Ketchum. Brittany LaValle. Olivia Lund. Delaney Miller. Hadisha Miller. Preston Munn. Devin Patnod. Xander Paul. Devin Perelgut. Gavin Peralt. Zach Pierce. Shannon Rainville. Jordan Randall. Dakota Raymond. Abby Smith. Rachel Vaughn.
Next, if we could have Mrs. Robichaux's class come up.
Ariana Anthony. Taylor April. Caitlin Byron. Tyler Charest. Alex DeFritas. Gwen Demers. Ava Drucon. Ryan Freeman. Sam Guthier. Not here tonight is Gianna King. Douglas Lansley. Liam Lord. Ryan McClure. Not here with us tonight is Caven Wood. Not here with us tonight is Kyla Morin. Joshua Noonan. Cassidy O'Connor. Jacob Rousseau. Alexandra Sargent. Billy Savage. Maggie Smith. Alani Torisi.
Next, if I could have Mrs. Kane's class come up, please.
Alex Alalicio. Ryan Aubin. Mikey Demers. Jacob Dugdale. Jesselyn Higgins. Alex Lund. Braden Moley. Eve Moranville. Ariana Moschetto. Alexis Owen. Kendall Santiago. Ariana Sargent. Alexis Schmidt. Alexa Shanahan. Skylar Winter. Jake Wyman. And Jared Gerolusas.
If I could have Mrs. Coyle Quirks, class, come on up.
Rosalie Averill. Emily Burke. Autumn Bowie. Avery Bowman. Lily Cahoon. JJ Casey. Zach Eldred. Alexa Fitzpatrick. Grace Goodrow. Alexandra Guide. Camden Hebert. Michael Hollow. And Alyssa Lighton is not here tonight, so the next one is Miley Little. Ian Mockamer. Nick Matthews. Mackenzie O'Toole. Nate Peabody. Christian Petrie. Lily Stevens. And Christopher Yeager.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have a big round of applause for those kids. Okay, that pretty much concludes our program for tonight. I would like to just take a minute and say thank you very much for coming tonight. It means a lot to the kids. They work very hard, and I think they deserve something like this. That's why we put it on. There is cupcakes and water out in the hallway. Help yourselves, and thanks again for coming.